In the narrow streets of Lahore, under the relentless sun of midsummer, lived a boy named Zion. His house was small, no bigger than a modest room with a tin roof, tucked between two crowded buildings. Zion's father worked as a taxi driver. His mother sold home-cooked snacks to neighbors. Life was a constant struggle. Every day, Zion watched his parents toil from dawn to dusk, carrying the weight of their family on tired shoulders. Yet, despite their hardships, they always wore smiles that tried to shield Zion from the harsh reality outside their door. Zion was no stranger to dreams. He often sat by the dusty windowsill, looking at the distant city skyline, imagining a life where he could rise above his circumstances, where the harsh sun didn't feel like it was pressing him down, where he could create opportunities not just for himself, but for those who couldn't dream because they had too many responsibilities. But dreams alone weren't enough. In a neighborhood where money was scarce, dreams had to be fought for, clawed out of the cracks of poverty. School was a daily struggle. Zion had to wake before sunrise to help his mother prepare breakfast for his siblings and pack small meals for school. He often walked barefoot or in worn shoes over cracked pavements, dodging traffic and stray animals. But he never complained. He knew that education was a key to escape. Every morning, he memorized lessons while balancing the weight of his father's disappointment over unpaid bills. Zion, his father said one day, exhaustion in his eyes, life doesn't wait for anyone. You have to take it by the horns. Those words carved themselves deep into Zion's heart. They became his mantra, take life by the horns. At school, Zion wasn't the smartest nor the fastest, but he had determination that outshone everyone else. While other boys played cricket during lunch, Zion sat under a tree, reading old, tattered textbooks he borrowed from the library. When the teacher asked questions in class, Zion's hand shot up, trembling but eager. Every correct answer was a small victory, a reminder that he was slowly building a bridge out of the neighborhood that tried to hold him down. When Zion turned 16, life dealt another harsh blow. His father fell seriously ill and could no longer drive the taxi. The family struggled even more. Zion had to step up. He took odd jobs, delivering parcels, helping shopkeepers, tutoring younger children, to support his family. Every day was exhausting. Every night was sleepless. His friends went to the movies or played cricket, but Zion studied by the dim glow of a lantern, feeling the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. And yet, he never allowed despair to settle in. He had a vision where his family could live without constant worry, where he could create something lasting. One evening, while delivering tea to a small office, Zion overheard a conversation about a scholarship program for young students in business and technology. The opportunity seemed out of reach. He had no formal certifications. His family couldn't pay for courses. But something inside him whispered, try anyway. He applied, pouring his soul into the essay, describing his struggles, his hopes, and his unyielding determination to change his life and his community. Weeks passed, and Zion almost gave up hope. Then, one morning, a letter arrived. He had been selected. The scholarship changed everything. Zion moved to Karachi to attend evening classes, often walking miles under the sweltering heat. He worked part-time in cafes and small shops to cover his expenses, all the while studying relentlessly. The lessons were challenging, the competition fierce. But Zion thrived. He wasn't just learning business and technology. He was learning resilience, perseverance, and the unspoken truth that no matter how heavy life pressed down, the human spirit could lift higher. Years went by. Zion graduated at the top of his class, not just with grades, but with a vision for his future. He returned to Lahore, not to seek comfort, but to create opportunity. He opened a small tech center in his neighborhood, teaching children like him who had been overlooked, ignored, or underestimated. He invested in computers, internet access, and educational programs, sometimes even paying for the students' meals so they could focus on learning. Slowly, word spread. Parents started bringing their children, excited that someone had finally invested in their futures. And Zion never charged for attendance, believing that opportunity should not depend on money. One day, while teaching a group of students, he noticed a boy sitting quietly in the corner, eyes downcast. Zion approached him and asked gently, "Why so quiet?" The boy mumbled, I can't learn as fast as the others." Zion smiled, placing a hand on his shoulder. "Listen," he said, "your speed doesn't matter. Your persistence does. Keep going one step at a time, and you will get there." Years later, that same boy became a software developer, returning to Zion to thank him. Zion's journey was not without setbacks. There were times when donations were delayed, when power outages halted classes, when families questioned his dedication. But he had learned something critical. Every obstacle is a test, and every test is an opportunity to grow stronger. Slowly, he expanded the tech center into a community hub, providing not only education but mentorship, career guidance, and hope. Children who had once thought the world had no place for them now dreamed bigger than they had ever dared. And through it all, Zion remembered the lessons from his father and mother, the importance of hard work, humility, and gratitude. He often walked the streets of his childhood neighborhood, looking at the small shops, the crowded alleys, the faded walls, and thought about how far he'd come and how far the children he helped could go. Zion's story became more than just a tale of personal success. It became a symbol of possibility for an entire community, a reminder that no matter where you come from, no matter how many doors close in your face, the spark of determination can light a path forward, not just for yourself, but for everyone who follows. Because true success, Zion realized, is not measured in wealth, awards, or recognition. It is measured in the lives you touch, the hope you inspire, and the courage you ignite in others. And as long as one child, one neighbor, or one friend believes that change is possible because of your example, the journey was worth every struggle, every sleepless night, and every sacrifice.